talk about the headline. I think this week, it was yesterday, right? I think it was yesterday.
Yeah, it
when
happened
this news broke.
yesterday.
Yesterday, man. So New York City, Jonathan Majors, Mayors. What is it? Majors? Jonathan Majors.
Yeah.
Jonathan Majors was unfortunately arrested. He's free now, obviously. I don't even think he probably spent the night, but he was arrested in New York City around the Chelsea neighborhood, which is like around Lower East Side, around there, Manhattan. Arrested for some sort of domestic dispute between him and a young woman, 30-year-old woman. I believe they said she is 30 or 31 or something like that. I think Majors is 33. But yeah, this is a lot of craziness is going on with this, because obviously this news broke yesterday. And I guess what makes it extremely hot news is Jonathan Majors is probably the top actor. He's definitely, I would say, top young black actor right now.
Definitely been seeing him a lot of things recently. You know what I'm saying?
He even had, 2 or 3 days before this happened, I remember seeing him like on a YouTube, the U.S. Army commercials. Like he's in some ads, which
I seen they pulled.
They pulled ads. I remember seeing him 2 days ago, and I was like, bro, look at this dude, bro. He's in even friggin' Army commercials. I don't even remember seeing celebrities in like Army, or actors even in Army commercials like that. I don't even think he did time in the Army.
You don't think so? I seen something with the Army. I gotta double check that. I think he was. I think he did. I'm gonna double check.
Who?
Jonathan Majors.
I don't know him specifically. I'm just saying other celebrities. I haven't seen them in any kind of like Army promotion.
Oh, got you.
Yeah, especially not a black actor or nothing like that. Like,
yeah, man.
I think maybe that Allstate dude, the fake Denzel dude. I think maybe he was in like one of them Marine commercial or something. But yeah, bro. So what they saying is this young woman that got picked up had several lacerations between like her face, behind her ear, of course, meaning marks and bruises and scratches, cuts on her face. And at first, they were saying this was obviously done by Jonathan Majors. His lawyer and his his agent and his peoples came out and said it was all lies and that he didn't do anything at all. He was innocent. And probably around 3 o'clock or so today, I read that the young lady completely, retracted her statement, that she took it back, that she is saying that he did not do anything.
For real?
They claim now they even have witnesses from a yellow cab that was outside, and witnesses from the building that state Jonathan Majors didn't do anything. Now, there's a lot of things we could get into about this, which I'm gonna try to with the time that we have. But before I even get y'all's opinion, I'm gonna say, obviously we wasn't there. We all know what happened. We all know what went down. I feel like if the official police report says this young woman had cuts and bruises and lacerations, I don't think they lied.
Yeah.
With that being said, I don't know how someone would get those kind of marks unless they did it to themselves or something happened in the apartment, obviously, and it was just him and her. So again, not putting anything on my dog, but he is getting a lot of money right now. And we have to keep in mind, beyond his pocket money, right, that he's obviously been given, that's his pay, he's highly insured. He's basically the future of the rest of the next couple years of 5 years of the Marvel Disney universe. Mm-hmm. And we all know Disney's money is infinite. There's not even like a number on that. There's not even like a, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely infinite.
You know what I mean? Literally infinite. And I'm not super into like conspiracies or saying, this, that, and the third, but I feel like it's easily could have been done that everybody in this situation got paid off or is in a situation where they'll be paid off nicely for the rest of their lives. Because think about this, right?
Illuminati came knocking.
Right? Well, again, like I said, I don't do the conspiracy in the Illuminati, so I'm not gonna say Illuminati, but I do know Disney has a lot of money. Like we said, infinite, endless money. And they would lose a lot more in the future, next 5 to 10 years wise, if they had to completely change the entire Marvel thing and take out Jonathan Majors.
That's very true.
When you think about that, so if they got that number in their head and then they get a number that's like, oh, that's what we got to give to people to get this to go away. let's do that. You know what I'm saying? That's just my thing.
I'm in my head. I'm just playing off like a scene in a movie of just the top executives of Disney just walking into the jailhouse. Like, are y'all stupid? Like,
get him out here, bro. Like, let's go. This Kang, nigga.
Open that motherfucking jail. Here. Open that jail door now.
We got movies to make, man. Come on, get them out.
Who's in charge?
Right. And interestingly enough, before I get y'all to throw y'all's opinions in, right? About a couple, I believe it was. I just heard about this a couple hours ago, but I think a month ago or a couple of weeks ago, maybe even a year ago or so. Popular director in the industry or someone like that tweeted an anonymous kind of tweet, didn't put no names in, but said there is an actor in the industry who Twitter has fallen head over heels for, who is this is not verbatim, but he basically said this guy's a monster inside and out. He's toxic. He's basically a very terrible person to people in his life and in his professional life. Today, after all this happened, someone tweeted and said, I guess we now know who that director is talking about. Then that director tweeted and said, ding, ding, ding. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? So it's like, I've always felt like, because I love Jonathan Majors. I think he's a great actor. He's obviously putting it on for all the young black, men right now, especially trying to do something positive. And he's a good actor. He's a great actor, bottom line, right? But I just have I've seen interviews with this dude, and I've always had in the back of my mind, I just feel like, when people are kind of doing that, they're like faking the I'm a good person, but they're doing it in that smart kind of way that they know comes off as very authentic. I don't know. I just get that vibe off that dude. So when I heard this news yesterday, I was like, I don't know. Sounds like, you know what I'm saying? Sounds like something he do.
Damn.
But go ahead though. Can y'all hear me still?
Yeah. You're perfect. Yeah, you're perfect.
Yeah, I can hear, but go ahead.
Yeah, I was pretty much gonna say it. It's definitely some payola, some payment involved, man, because for everything just to get retracted like that, and you know what I'm saying? Like usually I don't know how it goes if a woman says that, she got beat up or things like that and she takes it back, but the person went to jail, shouldn't there be some kind of consequence for the woman?
Well, boom. Okay, let me explain that. So I'm glad you brought that up. So and remember this happened in New York City. New York City law is in the event of any kind of domestic dispute, right? And the police have to show up. If the police show up and nobody has any marks on them or nothing like that, you're good. But if anybody has marks or if anybody reports and says that the other person physically assaulted them, someone has to get arrested. They have to take someone in for the night. Okay. That's New York City law. So they're saying that is why off rip, Jonathan Majors got arrested, because when the police came, Shorty had bruises on her and she said he did it. So right there. But like you're saying though, I'm sorry. What would you say?
Pretty much. I was pretty much getting to like, how does she not have any consequences for that? Like saying,
Okay. So then the retracting of the statement. So I guess once that happens now and someone is arrested, there's a certain amount of hours or time before you are presented to the judge or whatever, or New York City presses charges, that your victim is allowed to say, oh no, I don't want to press charges. Nothing is wrong. Nothing happened. So that would be the retracting of the,
got you.
Right. And and like I said, I read that on top of that, they got a statement from some sort of cab driver who I guess was a witness, who he claims Jonathan did not hit no one, didn't put his hands on her. People in the apartment who they claim. But let me tell you something, bro. If I'm at home, right, and Disney comes knocking at my door, depending on the number,
I'm like, where you want me to sign, Disney?
Depending on the number. You know what I'm saying? If I truly didn't see anything, depending on the number, I might be able to be quiet. You know what I'm saying? Or say I didn't hear anything. That's all I'm saying.
Disney gonna be knocking the door. Hey man, just say this real quick. Here's a couple mil. I know they can afford it.
Yeah.
The thing is how much money they will lose.
In the future, right? That's what I'm saying. In the long run, because like I said, the Army had to pull his ad. I heard there were some other like ads or like sponsors or something he had that they had to get pulled. But at this point, I'm sure no one has invested as much money into Jonathan Majors as Disney with what they got planned for the next 5 years of this character. So I can only imagine the number that their accountants called and said, "Look, y'all drop dude. This is what is," because we're talking about rewrites, we're talking about reshoots of whatever they've shot. The Loki season 2, they've already shot. He's done it. They have to reshoot all of Loki. We're talking a lot of money. There's no way they're going to be willing to put that up. So
them actors ain't going to reshoot it again for free, neither.
Right.
Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. Not for free. Not for free. So Clay, when did you hear the news? You heard it yesterday or today?
I honestly heard the news yesterday, but I got more information about what they got so far about it today.
Right.
Yeah, and man, I mean, even throwing the word allegedly in there, it's disappointing to see because Creed 3 just came out, and him and Michael B. Jordan been doing their thing, with their promo runs, but also doing the thing for Black college students, especially HBCUs. But like, yeah, man, it's just disappointing to see that he's even caught up in the news for this at such like a pivotal moment in his career.
Facts.
But I mean, hey, if people are saying that there's ways to him that we don't know about, then everybody know my theory on karma. So just might have just been true. the shark that.
And I just read too. Right, and I just read too. I don't know if y'all knew. He's also signed on to play Dennis Rodman in the. He's playing Dennis Rodman in the biopic about that weekend when Dennis Rodman was supposed to play with the Bulls and he went on some like Las Vegas trip. He's playing Dennis Rodman in that. So again, it's like this guy is just like the biggest actor right now as far as like getting roles. Like I said, Hollywood is cutthroat as far as I hear. So I'm sure there's a lot of Black actors that when they saw that news, they're like, "Yes, I hope this nigga gets out."
I'm next up.
Get a damn job.
Michael B. Jordan probably was like, "I'm next up." Now he's out the way.
Like, yeah. Well, maybe also because I was talking to Legier today too, and like Michael B. Jordan, I feel like he's already kind of cemented in a certain thing to himself because he's been. I remember Michael B. Jordan was in The Wire and Hardball when he was like 12, 13 years old. Whatever.
I forgot about Hardball.
You know what I'm saying? Like he been in it, yeah. And but yeah, I was saying earlier when I was talking about it with Legier that I think before Jonathan Majors, maybe Daniel Kaluuya. I always forget how to say his last name. He was in Nope and all that, and was in that one thing with Lakeith. But I think you know what I'm talking about. But I think what set Jonathan Majors apart, or what kind of set him on the rise this year, is that I guess people just super attracted to him physically, I suppose, especially women and like the Black community. So I think other people, other actors like Daniel Kaluuya didn't have that appeal or didn't do like, the GQ covers a certain way and do all of that. So,
it's
and so I feel like maybe that's part of what put him in that light. But like Rachel just said, he's a great actor, man. He's a really good actor. And I think for me, that's what sucks the most about seeing this situation come about, because it's like, it seemed like he was so much about his work. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, I hope this doesn't, affect that in any kind of way as far as like his performance. But obviously, if he did do what he did to this young lady and it's in any way proven, he needs to have some sort of consequence. You know what I'm saying? Because that's always something up.
It's disappointing though, man. It's real disappointing.
Definitely disappointing. So, but what about opinions before we like wrap it up? Clay, do you think more likely or less likely do you think that these accusations are true?
I mean, I was kind of on the fence about it up until when you mentioned the tweet, that was kind of like subtweeting about him. And I mean, if that person was talking about him and this is really the type of person he is, then I mean, I have to lean towards the fact that it's possibly true.
Right. Do you think that? And another thing that I talked about earlier that I think is true is that whether you like it or not, or believe it or not, for better or for worse, I feel like in our society today, sexual violence is taken more seriously than just plain physical violence.
True.
Especially when it comes to men and women domestic situations. So I think because of who he is, and because, like I said, the Disney situation, and because it's just a straight up physical and not sexual, I feel like that might even contribute to just not being taken seriously. Like, I don't think even if it was proven to be very true, it might not. It would, if he were to like lay low for a while, I feel like it wouldn't affect him. You get what I'm saying? Because it seems like we just take sexual violence a lot more seriously. That's like the line. That, you know what I'm saying? That's like. What do you think, Don? You think that's true, or you feel like?
I feel like you hit it right on. Like, I feel like if when he's out now, he's just gonna cool down probably. You know what I'm saying? Just let it blow over, and maybe like a lot of people gonna get over unless he does it again. You know what I'm saying? Like Clay said, if that's really how he is in the industry and people calling it out, this karma's gonna circle right back. He ain't gonna like just get out of it just like that. Like, he probably gonna run into another situation similar.
Right.
And it's just crazy because if he's that bad, then it's just so crazy how this is happening at like the peak of his career. You know what I'm saying? But
and that too, that's what I've seen a lot of dudes were saying that too. Like, like, oh, of course they're gonna do this right now because this is the peak of his career. They're gonna set him up. They're gonna, you know what I'm saying? So it's all perspective. I don't think it's no setup.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Ain't nobody set him up, man. Look how much black actors out there who ain't beat nobody ass yet. I don't think Denzel Washington beat nobody ass. You feel me? So
maybe he did. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe he did and didn't get caught. I don't know, but he ain't.
Denzel with some asses in it.
He ain't get blasted all over and get caught up and get arrested for it and things like that. So
word.
I don't know.
Yeah, because like they say, it's not what you do, it's how you do it. You know what I mean? And And we live at a different time. Like, it's, as men, we got to realize that a lot too, that we don't live in that time where it's like everything that was acceptable is acceptable now. You get what I'm saying? Because I feel like there was a time where certain things that was like said and done to women by men was just like a shrug. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But thankfully, we live in times where that's not the case no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, certain things is just like, that's crazy. You know what I mean? Because back in the day, actors was slapping their women around all the time. Like, they didn't get in trouble for it. That was like a thing. You know what I'm saying? But at least we see now that these days, at least it'll be a news article. You know what I mean? Like, it'll come up and be a problem. Yeah, it won't just be swept under the rug. But yeah, man, that's all I got to say on Jonathan Majors. Y'all got anything else? Y'all got anything else y'all want to touch on or talk about? Nope.
Nah.